Ecocha represents specialty Taiwan teas that we source ourselves on a seasonal basis. They are all single source teas and mostly from farmers that we know personally and have developed long-term relationships with and have the most sustainable practice that we can find here in Taiwan. And today we are tasting a freshly harvested batch of Alishan High Mountain Oolong tea. Picked just days ago. We went out to the farm yesterday to pick it up and brewing it for the first time at home now as we speak. I put 9 grams of dried tea leaves in this 150 milliliter tea judging cup, and I brewed it 3 times. First for 60 seconds, then for 50 seconds, and then a third time for 70 seconds. The brewed leaves, now that they have cooled off, have amazing, getting chills, foresty and floral aromatic profile coming off the brewed leaves. I'm going to go ahead and take the leaves out of the cup so I can visually assess. Vegetal, but fresh foresty kind of aroma coming out of the cup. The brewed tea is nice and transparent. It looks like the second brew is the darkest. A nice golden, bright, golden, slightly green hue to it. The dried leaves are very uniform, really nicely colored. There's no yellowing going on, which is indicative of aged leaves or leaves that are slightly overly mature. We have the stems protruding, so it was rolled relatively skillfully. They're not bunched up inside the leaf. And a nice dark green coloration to them. Very pretty dried leaves. It shows that the leaves were picked while they were still young, but mature enough, as we can see in the brewed leaves. We have 3 small leaves on a small stem there. Here's a bit of a bigger stem. 1, 2, looks like 1 leaf, 3 leaves again. But the stems are not too thick. Definitely new growth going on here. Not carelessly picked. The spring growing season seems to have done pretty well. It was a slow start and finally got some rain toward the end where the leaves sprouted forth. Yeah, nice coloration in the brewed leaves as well. Really uniform, deep green with just slight signs of oxidation in the center of the leaves and on the sides. But pretty standard classic High Mountain Oolong tea from Taiwan, not very significantly oxidized, fairly lightly oxidized. Let's see what we got for taste. Brew number 1. The tea has cooled significantly now. The aroma is definitely getting lower in terms of its effervescence, so to speak. Soft, smooth texture on the palate. A little bit buttery, floral notes. Very soothing and satisfying. Smooth, not bitter, not astringent. Soft floral notes. A little bit of pastry in there. Let's go to the second brew. A little bit darker here. These cups, in our experience, the first brew is partially opened up, and it takes at least 2, and that's why we decided to go for 3 brews of 9 grams of tea. Much fuller flavor, much more filled out vegetal notes, and even thicker, smoother water. Really nice. It's got a little bit of dryness on the palate now, kind of making the aftertastes pop. a lot going on there. I mean, all three, floral, herbal, and vegetal, just pop into mind immediately. The nose is really nice. The after effect, I like to say, through the nose, from the throat all the way up through the nose. Very refreshing, but soft, not too intense in any particular way. Let's go to brew 3 here, 70-second brewing interval. It's delicate. It's an Alishan high mountain oolong. Alishan is the southernmost high mountain tea growing region in Taiwan. More of the same as the second, but a little more full-on vegetal characters coming out, a little less floral on the third brew. Nice balanced brew though. As I was saying, geographically, it's the southernmost region in Taiwan. The Tropic of Cancer goes straight through Jiayi County. This is from Meishan Township, which is on the northern edge of the Alishan tea growing region. Picked on the 21st, these leaves were, of April. And we had gone to the farm prior. We also source our high mountain Jinshuan from the same farm. And we had tasted 2 prior batches of their oolong, spring oolong that got picked. And they were pretty young, very particularly small leaves. We were happy to be able to wait until this harvest. There is still one plot of tea that's growing particularly slow from our source, but we tasted this and thought, okay, we're satisfied. We're getting this one before it disappears. Everything about it, the appearance of the dried leaves, the uniformity of color, the balanced profile that we just went through, and the brewed leaves as well. They're nice and they fill out smoothly. They have that smooth texture to them. They're not that wrinkled, dried. Sometimes you get that with leaves that were, let's just say, more difficult to process. These seem to be processed smoothly in terms of their depletion of moisture and drying and rolling. So we think it's a classic spring high mountain oolong from the Alishan region. We do believe that you will enjoy tasting it and appreciating the profile over the next few months at least. We make an effort, if we can, to source every season. This farm harvests at least 3 times a year, making high mountain oolong. They may forego their summer crop, or they might make black tea from their summer crop. But we like to source on a seasonal basis to notice the differences in the produce, what happens from season to season, and to make it more of a gourmet specialty product that we can really understand year in and year out. So check it out. You can go to our website, ecochateas.com, go to the Unroasted Teas tab, and you will find Alishan High Mountain Oolong Tea Spring Batch 2020. We'll have it on the shelf in just a couple of days. Thanks for being with us, and stay tuned for more spring arrivals.